What are you reading? Hello, everyone. Naru, Anarika. What chapter are you at? Yes, late night stream. Just for an hour or so. Chapter 59, that is the one with the snow. Their epic fall. I need to draw them falling more. They do need that. Tell me the content, I'll guess the chapter. I'm still very impressed with my memory when it comes to the chapter numbers. I mean, you would think, yeah, it's normal, you wrote it, but still, working on the recap and just like remembering a scene and pinpointing exactly what chapter it is was a thing I was impressed with. Abay Yildar and his mindset. When he's victimized, it's his 5-9, yes. It ends with Black and White's epic fall. How are you two doing? We're chatting about whatever, so feel free. It's okay, thank you. Looks like Black is catching up on more sleep than yeah. Yeah, Black and sleep. And paper. I'm done with paper, man. I tweeted yesterday that this book, if I manage to do anything, I just plan to kill the water. The paper imagery. The water imagery, no, not yet. But the paper imagery is definitely gonna be killed because I'm done drawing paper and paper crumbles. I'm done. Enjoying editing a part of my writing. That's cool. What are you writing? Stories or work or essays? Personal? Prose? Poems? I can go on. Also, how's the sound? Because the mic isn't too close. I hope it's clear enough. I'm kind of sitting very comfortably. From long ago, from long time, I haven't enjoyed writing. Writing is awesome. Once you hit that sweet spot, man. Best of luck with it. Yeah, great. I love hearing that. I think I managed to find the best setup. Because, you know, when you do a lot of things, it's hard to find a good setup. For drawing, for typing, for traditional drawing, for recording, for mic, for hanging things, for references. but I guess I'm almost there. And you can hear the music. It's so this, okay. Cool. Hi. I missed that because I knew the taste of enjoying that I was so out of breath without it. I feel so alive with me being able to write down words. It is the best feeling, man. My God. Honestly, a lot of people. I've been listening to a lot of artists talking, and a lot of them are not that popular artists because YouTube is suggesting more and more smaller channels. And I've been just listening to their thoughts, and it's sad how I guess it's easy, and it's not like just a recent phenomena, but it's more prominent, like with the internet, of course. When you have all that exposure to all these creators, you see it more. You see the issue more, or clearer. I mean, the issue of artist being a word, a label, or a status, or a goal, rather than creating art. Because to me, art is an action. It's not a profession. It's not a label. It's an action that you take, and it is the end goal. I got a comment. Actually, I want to address it in a video probably, because I got a comment on my video about AI. Someone saying that. I mean, if you read the comment, you feel like it's a hater, or it's like not to me, but like in general, just a person who wants to attack or like express a controversial opinion. But I do agree with his opinion. I would use different word than hypocritical, and I don't agree with the fact that digital artists are angry about AI just out of hypocrisy after what they did to traditional artists. I don't agree with this part, but the rest of it is what I agree with, because to me, art as a profession shouldn't be pursued. Some people have the skills and the brains to pursue it and succeed, but the majority of people can't do that. And so I'm trying to think of a coherent way to share my thoughts about how I think that art is. The process is what matters. And the goal keeps changing to fit new goals. Oh, the goal keeps changing. Wait, the process keeps changing to fit the goals at every certain period. Yeah, I'll record that eventually, hopefully. The rush of creating is just the best feeling. And it's not like we just pursue the rush, but I mean, a lot of people are just missing the point of creativity and the reasons to put pen to paper. I mean, I don't agree with the starving artist or like the struggling artist imagery that is like spread around everywhere, but there is some truth to it because for an artist to monetize their work, it's not an easy job. So to me, I feel like you should be clear with yourself on what is the goal you want, and that is gonna make the process easier. If you want money, if you want status, if you want to be published at a certain place, specific place, if you just like me want to do it the way you want to do it, and wish that is like it reaches. I'm just touching up the illustrator. The illustration. I'm not touching up anyone. No. It's past midnight. I'm just here writing and creating just to enjoy and get out of the feels and thoughts of my mind. The best form of creating. So we have two white fans in this stream. Ready, fight. It was the best, no pressure, and the flow is the best. Yeah, it just flows when you don't think about it. Oops. Ouch, sorry, I hit the mic. It was flailing my arm. My Sleeping Beauty. I mean, I'm just putting out all of my illustration ideas. I just want to draw them all and get over with. I have tons of notes and notebooks with illustration ideas, and I just want to put them all out. What is this illustration for? Is it for a cover or a chapter or something? No, it's just an illustration idea that has two titles, and I don't know which one I'll end up using. You don't get the idea behind it? I mean, it has two titles. The initial idea was who I mean the file title is Who's Got It Harder? And I was thinking of drawing an illustration of black with paper crumbles and white with neatly organized paper. And who's got it harder? The person without the memories or the person without? Because when you think about it, there are good things and bad things to each case. But when I drew it and like with black sleeping and white standing over him and stuff, I thought I thought of White's feelings, something that has been discussed before on streams and probably on Discord. And I can imagine a lot of people thought about it before, but the inner small feeling in White, or small passing thought in White about whether waking up Black's memories is a good thing. So the other title that was born while drawing this was Should I Wake You Up? Or Should You Wake Up to Begin With? Or something like this. I haven't like made it up, but like it's along these lines. Because there is peace in not knowing. And there is more room for happiness when you don't remember a lot of things that you remember. Yeah. And I can imagine with White specifically and his like self-image issues. Like that's why I made him a little bit transparent here, because Black having memory issues means he's being forgotten over and over again. But like he's not completely sure, but he would think about it, like would it be like I would be fine with this if you're happier without your memories, kind of deal. Time to cry. And it's funny, when I thought about this, like how White would, maybe, I don't know, I'm not sure, but would choose to, and like it's not that I didn't think about it. When we look at the story itself, you can see that he probably chose to not fight back Black's memory. Maybe he has this idea that it's better to leave it as is, since he has this advantage to not having all his memory intact. So he gave up his own place in his head for Black's comfort. And I thought of this exchange between them. Like, imagine if Black knew this piece of trivia, and then he'd be like, "My God, like you're just as stupid as me." Yeah, many people with trauma wish nothing but to forget. Yeah. I was thinking about making a manga webtoon versions of it, but now I think I'm going for the novel webtoon version. Manga slash webtoon, novel slash webtoon version. I enjoy writing words more than drawing. That's cool. And it's very very cool when someone, like, when you just find the thing that you like, how you want to tell the story, and be open to finding how you want to tell a story, because a lot of people get get stubborn about the medium or the tool to tell the story. And paper, I'm looking for the there paper. This, nope, there it is. Hello, Anne. Welcome to the late night stream. What are you seeing on screen? Sounds scary. I'm making you afraid? How so? What did you expect from a late night stream? Gaming? My Switch needs charging. I was playing, actually. I don't know, honestly, throughout this day I was feeling like I need to stream. There's something I need to stream. So I was thinking, like, once I start the stream, I'm gonna ask, who needs me? Who needs this stream? I'm here, all ears. But then I forgot about it. I started the stream, I forgot to say it. This illustration is... I'm glad that it turned out this way. I had a folder with all references I've been collecting for like 2 years that is titled Submerged, and it was an idea of black... Actually, I'll show it because I just dropped the idea. There was one chapter cover. Where's volume 10? Nope, not this one. Not this one. Not this one. Very strange. Where is it? Turn off title. Turn off lights. No. Okay, this is just roughly. But this was one of the covers for a chapter. Because I had this idea of Black being submerged in water and paper crumbles all around his head and stuff. But I have a lot of compositions for the same idea. And this is causing me a problem because I don't want to keep repeating the same idea in different illustrations. But this one got scrapped. I don't think I'll go back to it. I'm making way cooler chapter covers. And the illustration that I'm working on now kind of replaced. Because the whole idea was just Black being submerged with paper crumbles and stuff. But then I thought that being submerged in water has been overused by artists, by mediums, by like a lot of places. And even myself, I used water for him more than once, so I put him in dry paper land. Then that was the reason. Making you happy, Naru. What is this? Ah. Hmm. Oy, oy, oy. I think it's good. The illustration is amazing but scary at the same time. So I kind of talked about the idea behind it, but what do you see? What makes Sorry, what makes it scary? I'll share the idea behind it after you share. What? Oh, no, Black is not dead. He's not buried by his. It started with an idea of who's got it worse, the one with all the memories or the one without. But then it developed into the conflict in White. That is whether he should, or whether he wishes Black remembers or not, because he has a horse in the race. He has a reason for Black to be not so forgetful, so he wouldn't forget him. But at the same time, Black forgetting stuff makes him happier. So I haven't phrased it yet, but it's along the line of, should I wake you up? Should I even want you remembering, or should I? Because in the end, it's a dream. You know, like if you know someone is sleeping and having the best dream, but it's a dream, you will have this conflict. Would you wake them up or not? No, it's so sad. Sadder than him being dead. Anyway, that's why I added a little bit of opacity, lowered opacity, or like some transparency for our boy White. Because he would, in Black's words, stupidly give up his existence for Black's happiness. I mean, there are a few things that I would love to look better, but I think I'm reaching the point where I'm done with this. I need to bring something. I think I have a screenshot of the initial sketch. It will be on desktop. Or maybe on... Oh, I took a photo of it. Never mind. I think it's on Discord. Do I have to wake you up? So today is March 2nd. On February 28th, I made the sketch. And this was the initial sketch. And then I bad internet. Can you open here? Ah. And this is the grayscale, the sketch in grayscale. Yeah, his head, the angle kept changing. Not like I love seeing my boys be... No, I get you, don't worry. I like this part of the illustration. It gives me a feeling, I don't know. I think I know. I think it gives me a near replicant feeling. You think? Black is like Sleeping Beauty. Yeah. I can see it. Kind of almost forgot. Do we want his... Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, I intentionally made that because I wanted to focus on the idea of sleeping or seeing a dream and sleeping. I think I'm done with it. The caption is gonna go here. What did I say? Should I even wake you up? I didn't phrase it still. it's along the lines of to wake you or not to wake you up, stuff like that. Because it's not like, should I don't see White having a choice here, an intentional or like a clear choice. He's just wondering. Hey, Oslin. Yeah. Ads? My god, I hate that there are ads. Thank you. Welcome to the stream. You know, I was wondering last night in bed, like knowing what stories you like, I suddenly got interested in hearing why or what got you into Grey Is. So if you ever have thoughts about that, I'd love to hear them. If you don't, totally fine. I appreciate it all the same. I guess I was thinking along the lines of maybe next time I want to watch something, I'm gonna ask Oslin what other stories she likes. Maybe we do vibe or like the same kind of stories. And then it led me to thinking like, I wonder what got her into Grey Is and like makes her that passionate about it. You can't remember how you found Grey Is? I'm always interested in hearing that. What did I want to do? Wait. I wanted to do something. Oh yeah, the caption. I just need to... So it's gonna be rough just to remind myself. It's definitely not this, but I just wanted to... I want to choose the font. This does work. This works like a book cover so much. Also, I saw something that I want to fix. This needs a little bit of blurring here. It's too sharp. Shadows aren't sharp. That's seriously so heartwarming to hear that you thought about it. And I'm kind of speechless. Hey, you know me. Or, I mean, you should know me by now. I think a lot about my readers. I remember what got me hooked. And because I related to Black and White, I was in a time where I was struggling in terms of friendship and abuse, kind of, I guess. And I related to the characters. It made me feel so much better that manga quite literally wrote my thoughts that... that's very rewarding. I'm sorry to hear about the trouble, but it does mean a lot when there is a good thing coming. out of all this work I'm putting into it. It does mean a lot. I feel we have similar interests in stories a lot more as well now that we're bonded by Grey's Final Fantasy, and yeah. And you mentioned Haikyuu, and anybody who likes Haikyuu is safe. Haikyuu, man. Did you finish the drawing of Jad and we? Yeah. They're posted on Twitter and Instagram, both Jad's and White's. And there are other things on Twitter. I shared a lot of things on Twitter. The one when we tried to guess Jad. Yeah, Jad and White are out. I haven't read the manga yet, but want to. I was thinking maybe after I finish Slam Dunk. My god, Slam Dunk as well. I'm a huge fan of Slam Dunk. My only problem with Slam Dunk is that I can't talk about it with other fans because I watched it in Arabic dub, with Arabic names. So if you tell me who's your favorite, I probably wouldn't be able to know. But it's definitely not Rukawa or the main character. I know Rukawa for some reason. I hope that's his name. But yeah, Haikyuu. Haikyuu is almost... I want to say almost just because I can't say perfect, but it is an almost perfect story. You trust everyone who likes Grey's? Dude, that's so sweet. I hope they're all trustworthy. They can be my friends in... Oh, really? I was worried a lot about this at some point 2 years ago. If Grey's attracts good people or not, because like a few things happened between me and people, and a few things happened around the story and around friendships of the story that happened with the story, and then how bad they all went with me observing. So I did have these questions before. I don't anymore. I'm just creating the story again for the sake of it, for the joy of it. Yeah, I watched Hunter x Hunter. I watched a few big anime in Arabic. Hunter x Hunter and Slam Dunk are two. But Hunter x Hunter, they stuck with the names, so I knew Killua and Gon and all that. But with Slam Dunk, it was older, and they were the generation that changed the names from Japanese to Arabic. I chose the wrong time to disconnect from social... Listen, they're gonna be there, so don't worry. Once you're back, you see them all. Take your time and break. If we are drawn to Grey's and we all Grey's, we're not good but not bad, I believe. Yeah. That's the beauty of it, I think. Yeah. I really hope so. I can trust that people like it, understand that at a level. See, they don't have. This is the foreground. They don't have lower bodies. Tonight I'll have to think of the caption for this. In short response for now about how I found Grey is, if I remember correctly, I came across your Instagram and was following you for quite a while. At one point felt I needed to take the time to start reading the story because I consistently was being moved by your posts, both art and words. And I mean, I can easily notice that you like brotherhoods and bonds between friends. But I do feel like Grey is like if I know someone likes these types of stories, from Final Fantasy 15 to Run with the Wind to Haikyuu, for example, I don't know. I would be hesitant to recommend Grey's because I mean I do want to have a larger cast and a larger group of friends in it eventually. Not a like very large and stuff, but I do think that the boys need a wider circle, especially White. And I mean people his age, not some old men like he's doing now. But at this point of the story, the whole first part, it's just black and white, and that's why I feel like I'm hesitant. That's like, this is what happened inside my head last night. I was thinking how different Grey is from the two stories, or three stories actually, that I noticed that you enjoy. Because of the heavy themes, I do hesitate to comment without trigger warnings. Yeah, that too, because 15 has heavy themes. But one of the things that is easy, and that's why I say like it's almost perfect with Haikyuu. Haikyuu is easy to recommend because it has lots of inner heavy themes on terms of inner thoughts and inner struggles, but generally speaking it's an easy thing to recommend because it's very human, very real, but not too. I doubt anybody would read Haikyuu and not find at least one character that is relatable to them. The cast is huge. The relationships are very well written. And of course it's full, it's like finished. That's another reason you can recommend it. I don't know if I'm making sense. I was sold with this soul level bond in Grey is and how realistically depicted its themes are. Well, that's very nice and encouraging to hear. Thank you for giving me this short response. It's nice to think of something and get the answer so fast. I'll leave it like this. Think about it in bed, what the title should be. For me, if I knew someone likes Haikyuu, JJK, I know what is... Wait. I want to guess that. BSD. Don't say a thing. Let me guess it, if I know it. BSD. Ha, I got it. I don't know how to pronounce the first word. It's something stray dogs. Bungo? Bunjo? Bongo? I guess it's bungo. Right? Hey. It worked all the time. They liked her is immediately. Really? I know nothing about JJK outside of the hidden inventory, secret inventory arc. That's the only arc I watched. And I know nothing about Bungo Stray Dogs, but I wanted to pick it up. I don't know who recommended it to me. Someone told me that I should watch it. I was so invested in Gojo and Geto's story. Attack on Titan fan? I know just a couple of soundtrack from Attack on Titan. Bonds, huh? The friendships. It's on my radar, but who knows? Attack on Titan is not on my radar. I don't know, it never attracted my attention. It's similar to Haikyuu and dynamics-wise. You see all of the characters has these different connections. I love that. I love that. And I want to get better at that. That's why I'm open to consuming any media that has this kind of thing. I don't know. I'm not a person who has groups of friends and a lot of dynamics. I can't... It's difficult for me to interact with two people at once. So it's kind of like me trying to write romance, something that I really don't understand. That's why I need to consume media. that does that well, so I can hone my skills in that area. I feel like the type of readers Grey is resonate with most have a lot of empathy and introspection, people who relate to black and white or both. I really hope so. I feel like I am blessed with my readership. But I also tend to keep my distance, so I can't really read them that well. But yeah, I do respect the readers and trust or hope that I'm doing a good job presenting the story in a way that attracts such people. I like Haikyuu and BSD again. And here I like it is no one recommended me the manga because I liked those anime. That's cool. I recommend you, and you can jump for second season, I think, and just watch from there. No, if I decided to watch it, I'm gonna pick it up from the start. Yeah. Oh, Natsume Yujincho. I have 4 seasons downloaded. I got it from a friend of mine, and I wanted to watch it for the longest time. So that's on my to watch list, not to consider, but actually to watch. So I'm gonna watch that. I feel like it gives a similar vibe to Grey is. I know nothing about it, honestly, other than the look of the main character and the cat. It's interesting that you think it gives a similar vibe, and also welcome to the stream. I always thought Natsume is like Mushishi, maybe. This is very nice to know because I do get questions, especially like when I submitted the application for Viz. It's like, what are what's it called? What's similar titles, maybe, I think. There is this section that where you fill in what similar titles you think is to your work. And it does sound egotistical or like arrogant to not write something, but I also have difficulty finding things that are like Grey is. So this is helpful, really. No, don't worry. Welcome to the stream. I mean, next stream that is just chatting, you can go all out. Just fangirl. I want to listen to something nice before I go to bed. These are all Haikyuu. I'll tell you what. This track I just keep listening to. White himself questions the difference between knowing when something is dark and suffocating versus dark and healing, and ultimately I believe Grey is the latter. Thank you. That you bring these topics to light in the story itself, and is another reason I ended up being so moved. There's so many moments that feel like a breath of fresh air and bring shape to intangible thoughts and feelings. My God, thank you. Thank you so much, Oslin. I don't like stories that just dump the harshest realities on you and leave you there. I don't see the point, to be honest. Like, one of the greatest friendships I've ever read is in one of the worst soul-sucking, heart-crushing, darkest stories, Oyasumi Punpun. And I can never recommend that because it has mature content that I'm very uncomfortable with, and it has this, like, hopeless existence kind of story. But it has such a good friendship in it. So I always fear, like, I fear it, but not that much, because I know that I'm doing... I consciously think about this, how to not make it too much. Sometimes I feel like I have a very high tolerance for what too much is, because sometimes I write a chapter and I move on, and I feel from the comments that people, oh, this is so heavy. And for the longest time, I didn't understand what people meant by Grey is being heavy. But I kind of started to learn through your comments, honestly. Everyone's comments. Oh, Anarika, thank you. I love Grey. This is so sweet. And encouraging, really. This whole world doesn't have any point without you reading and interacting and loving it, so thank you. You do? You relate to white? Interesting. I'm feeling a lot for white these days. Not these days, like these months. He needs protection as well. Ooh, with the overthinking. Cool, cool. Thank you for sharing. I really appreciate all the comments, all these messages. No, thank you. Man, thank you a lot. Speaking of visual metaphors, I can talk about what I woke up to today, because I woke up thinking about Run with the Wind. Oh no, I don't want to say it. I want to say it, but I don't want to say it because I want to draw it. But I don't know if I'll be able to draw it. The problem is it's just like I woke up to this visual idea. Like, imagine... I think his hair is like this. Mr. Hygie. Something like this. Hey, I do have good visual memory. And I was just thinking, like, imagine someone losing or injuring a leg. But gaining 18 legs. How weak is that? That's exactly what I thought of the minute I woke up. The first couple of volumes are kind of very similar to a friendship I have, and I remember freaking out the first time I read it. I know that feeling, and
I think it's easy to find friendships that are like black and white. I remember a friend was very angry. A friend that I made in a convention. It's like not that close of a friend, just like a person I talked to once or twice, and then they had my phone and we talked, and she was very angry at White for leaving, and I felt like, she's reading it very personally, I feel. She was angry, like, how did he just leave? I'm joining Haiti. Yes, I am. I'm joining a whole, was it a country or a city? Are we speaking in metaphors? Yes, we are speaking in metaphors, because he injured a leg and stopped. Am I spoiling the series for anyone? I can just stop. I don't want to spoil the series, because if you haven't watched Run with the Wind, please do watch it. It's a very good show. It's gonna be a favorite. I'm just waiting for 2 episodes to put it on my favorite list. But we are talking metaphorically, yes, because 18, 9 by 2, not by 2, multiplied by 2, yes. I'm just thinking a lot about weak hygiene before and after. And it's killing me. I find stories that focus on character development and growth very interesting. Great East draws me in for those reasons too. I think that's why my story isn't marketable, because I am focusing on the development and I'm focusing on it in a realistic way, especially with White. White, who keeps repeating himself. If you go, like, for the last 3 books, he talks about sleeping, or like how sleep affects decisions. One time he talks about it in a good way, other times he talks about it in a bad way, and it's just very realistic to people who have anxiety, overthinking, and are dealing with some shade of depression. But I guess a lot of people are like, okay, we get it, let's move on already. But I'm not gonna move on, because that's exactly what overthinking is. You can't write about overthinking without over-repeating. I think at a certain point, everyone just felt attacked personally while reading. I get attacked personally while writing, while drawing, and sometimes like way after the fact, like revisiting the story, revisiting scenes, and I'm like, my god, this is for me. I should know better. I wrote this. Now the funny this is, I did leave for 2 years, and I do relate to White, so I understand why he did that. Yeah. But I guess emotional people don't really understand that. Overly emotional people. Purely emotional people. You didn't watch it, but you don't mind spoilers. I mean, it's the kind of spoilers that teases, but yeah, I do recommend you to watch it. I feel like a lot of anime and manga do that, but with a trope on the side, like a silent voice, or Your Lie in April, or March Comes In Like a Lion. I watched Silent Voice. I want to watch March Comes In Like a Lion, and I didn't watch Your Lie in April. On April, a lot of people recommended it, but it didn't attract my attention either. I don't know what attracts me. It's just like very random. My radar is very random. That's why I love your. Thank you. I try. I really try. I try to not make it too realistic, but at the same time, I want the realism to be there. March Comes In Like a Lion is a series that I know nothing about it, and it didn't came to my radar. I don't know, the art style isn't one that I'm attracted to, but like 2 years ago, I wrote that meme tweet that was circling Twitter, about people telling you what characters you remind them of. And one of the characters was the main character of March comes in like a lion, and 3 people like that, and I'm like, 4 people think this person is like me. I gotta check it out, just like out of curiosity. It has strong visual metaphors, really? No, you sold me. Or you raised my interest in checking it. Even the themes? Okay. I'll have to check it out. Fruits Basket is something that never attracted me as well. I came across it back in the day, the old one, and then there are a few like series that were very popular slice of life, like Clanade, I don't know how it's said. That was another one that people keep recommending. But I don't understand myself and how I pick what I want to watch or read. You're in chapter 54 and I'm talking about what? Good luck and good luck. Fruits Basket, I can see why it wouldn't attract you. Yeah, I don't know why. It just didn't. They make sitting there in one spot playing shogi super fascinating and dynamic. It's kind of like Chihaya Furu, maybe? I love Chihaya Furu. I didn't read the manga. I watched the anime. And I liked how interesting they made such a sport. Also interesting and dynamic. Madhouse did a great job. So it's about playing shogi. Shogi. If it's a G, it's a G sound in Japanese. However, it's so good. I still need to finish season 3. Taichi is so. Hey Diane, welcome. Crying every day since chapter 47? You've read it before, you know it's gonna end well. Which of the boys do I relate more? And Grey is? I mean, there are a lot of boys we're talking about. I relate to Kenma most. Yeah, but in terms of black and white, honestly, I relate to Daniel most from the whole series. But if we're talking black and white, I mentioned it before. I feel like socially as a human, I'm more like white. But artistically and on my own, I'm more like black. And a lot of people that know me up close think... Just a sec. Some people who know me closely think that I'm more like black, so I don't know. Crunchyroll description of March was something like a gentle tale about people trying to regain some... Oh my god! My heart! Oslin knows how to make my heart crave something. I want someone to write something like this about Grey is. Just one line that I can use it as a pitch. I found it once. Someone, when I finished Link Click, which is another series that is recommended by me. When I finished it, I was looking into videos, people talking about it, and I found a video. Someone wrote, the title was "Bromance Between Opposites," and like, I wrote a comment like, "My God, I've been writing a story for 13 years now, and you summed it up in just a few lines." What do you mean? I've written those lines? I can't, for the life of me, find one good line to describe Grey Is whenever someone asks me. So no, I didn't. I know how to write a lot of lines, but I don't know how to write one simple line that delivers. Master? Well, thank you. I don't see myself. I'm fascinated by words. I'm fascinated by the taglines on every volume. Poetry, thank you. Still, I feel like... Stop me and ask me, what is Grey Is about? Give me one line. It's very hard. I mean, a gentle tale about people trying to regain something. Dude, that's so good. Let me check the pitch I sent for Viz. What did I write in it? Pitch. Viz pitch. Not this one. Comparable titles, yeah, that's the thing. I don't know. There is no one line, I don't think. There should be one line because I filled a form on their website. The bond that everyone craves, the life that... Oh, that's good. That line is part of my long answer to why I love Grey Is. But do you think... maybe I think at some point I stopped using it because I felt like I'm overselling it. I'm overselling. I don't know. Maybe I felt like it's too grandiose of a line to just go around throwing it. I guess I was too confident and now my confidence got crushed the past 3 years and I stopped being able to use that, but that's a good line. Yeah. Yeah, a few people said that they like this line and it attracted them. And I felt like it's attractive enough. I don't know what happened that I stopped using it strongly. Maybe I should go back to it. Don't let White overthink it. You got your strong lines. Thank you. Yeah, I want to find my confidence again. I do. I don't like this unconfident person. Something about dramatically dumb Romeo and Juliet. Yeah, I think I removed it from the website title and all that. Yeah, it did happen. At some point I felt like... It is the life that nobody wants, but I'm not sure about the bond. It's not that I'm not sure about the bond of Black and White. It's, I guess, my own personal... Yeah, I just, at some point I didn't feel comfortable saying something so definitive, so bold to describe my work. I'll just use it again. I'll trust you all and use this again. What was it again? No, the one that everyone wants. It is the bond. Yeah, it is. I trust you. I know it is, honestly. It's always mind-blowing to me. Like, whenever I talk angrily about romance or sometimes shipping culture, and people like get offended or angry, and it's like, can't you see, like, a lot of media, the main popular dynamic is a kid and his father, or two brothers, or like, just people want these relationships, but I don't know why they then forget about them. You cried because of this line? My God. Yeah, I'll trust it. I will trust it. Thank you. This is... No, this is Yuki Hayashi, but it's not... I'll put up Run with the Wind OST. This is Insomniac's After School. I'll put Run with the Wind and we'll cry together. It's easy to take the romance route. Yeah, I want to talk about... I keep thinking about how bad Grey would be if it was a romance between black and white. It's so bad, man. Like, the whole thing just falls apart because people, like, the readers will... the people's... I was reading about Banana Fish the other day. And how the author was, like, why she chose to write two male protagonists that have this very deep soul relationship outside of, like, a romantic or a sexual one. And I'm like, yeah, readers are gonna expect steps if it's a romance. But other than that, like, I always have this prime example of if, like, let's go wild for a second, and how bad it is for black and white to be in a relationship. Because if White had those sorts of feelings for Black, he wouldn't just stop and let Black do whatever he wants. I can't. This music is so good, man. I'm literally losing track of my thoughts. What did you do? What did you do, Ozlan? What was I saying? If White had those kinds of feelings for Black, he would give Black an ultimatum. He would tell him, you either leave the house or I'm gonna tear everything down. I'm gonna burn everything down. Because, like, he, as a friend, was able to stay on the side and not take a step to change things. But when you have a more, like, I'm not saying more in terms of, like, better, but more intimate relationship with someone, you have the agency, or you have the right to interfere and take a step, even if, like, that step is against their will. I don't see I guess because in friendship you kind of, oh, my friend is doing this stupid thing and which I don't agree, but I'm gonna stand by them. You know? I want to catch up with the chat. Romance is overrated, and I thought that way back before reading Grey is. Yeah, I can imagine. A lot of people are tired of romance and are looking into platonic relationships. Hayashi is all one OST these. Yes! Listen, I have just, like, this year... So I've been organizing my iTunes, and I made smart playlists based on years, and 2024 is just me downloading all of his OST, and I have this OST of Backflip, an anime that I know nothing about, but when I listen to it, it's like, is this Haikyuu? Is this Run with the Wind? Oh, it's Backflip. I guess Insomniacs, After School, and Death Parade are the only two that are different from the rest. Grey Is gave me a new perspective about friendship. I'd like to hear about that. What new perspective? I low-key want my friends who often ship characters to read Grey Is just to see if they end up shipping or not. Honestly, I am always interested in that. I want people, because I did see 2 people starting reading it and shipping them and then stopping midway because it just doesn't make sense to ship them. I can see bro shipping them, like people who want interactions, who want hugs, who want intimacy. I can see that happening, and all the way. Clippings and stuff. But to ship them seriously and continue throughout, I don't see it happening. That's why I'm always interested in any people who are into shipping, to just check the series and see how long they stay, and if they stay till the end. I don't know, my confidence is back. My confidence says nobody can continue. I mean, it's gonna be the slowest burn ever. Because nothing will ever happen. If there's anybody angry about the bond because it's not the normal romance or bloodlines. Yeah, the whole Lana speech. BL. Yeah, a lot of people see Banana Fish as BL, but I read an interview recently with the author, and she expressed that, like, even though she is into BL and all that, it's like the whole dilemma. I know about Banana Fish. I know the major key points, but I didn't read it or watch it. But I just don't understand. It's the same problem with this book I read 3 or 4 years ago. If you ever want to enjoy someone hating something, just ask me to talk about a book named Little Life. It's probably the one book I'll tell you to do not read it. It's the worst book out there. It's the worst book on all fronts. I just don't understand. The same with Banana Fish. I don't understand a character, one of the characters having a very hard trauma due to sexual harassment or like something really bad and ugly happening to them. The music, I'm gonna die. And then shipping them in a sexual way with another person. It's just like they found one person that are there, like they should be their security. I don't know. I take stories seriously. I'm getting heated again. It's the music and the let's go back to this while we talk. White's talk with Lana trying to explain it is one of the countless moments that hit me so deeply. That means a lot to me. it means a lot to me to find people that see things the way I see them as well. I never thought that. I believed that there are people like that, but then I was proven wrong throughout my teenhood and college days. So it's just very rewarding to find people now. It's one of the moments that hit me very personally in feeling like an alien in life. Ozan, high five. Yes, that's me as well. Always feeling like an alien in regards to this. I have so much to say about banana fish. I want to hear it all. Oh, Norika, thank you. When I was relatively new to Grays, I cried when I at some point thought you were gonna turn it into BL. Would you imagine that? It's like the whole point of the story. Banana Fish isn't a BL, but you can interpret it that if you want. I see it as another soul level bond. Yeah. And the blonde guy's past should be the reason why he has a soul. He has a bond on a soul level, not any other way. And actually, if you don't care to read it, I would send you a spoiler that really encompasses this. Yeah, I don't mind. I'm not gonna read it. Just because of the art style being shallow again. I was so curious why they do recommend the book. A Little Life. I don't like to rant, but this is the one book I am very happy to rant about because it's... It angers me on so many levels. On friendship, because it's a book that I bought. It's a book that I bought the audiobook and I started listening to it. And I fell in love with quotes. I shared them on Tumblr, like in the beginning of the book. Some quotes about friendship and how it doesn't have to be like, it's okay to have an intimate relationship that is just platonic between your friends. I don't remember the quote at all because what happened afterwards. So on a friendship level, I'm very angry at it. On relationship level, I'm very angry at it. But more than anything, when I heard the music is so good, man. When I heard the author talk about it, because it's like just writing wise, novel wise, it's just, to me, in my very humble opinion, it's very bad. We were just talking about stories that are just dark, and this story, it's comically dark. The amount of things that happen to the main character and how he ends up is just like, are you joking or are you joking? What is this I'm working on? It's an illustration. I'm done with it, but I still have to find the caption. I will prepare the screenshot. The words are very beautiful. I just don't understand any relationship. I'm not gonna say like two males, two females, male and female. You write a story about someone with a dark past that is, I don't like to use the word sexual, so I keep trying to find another word, but like anybody with a trauma related to sexual harassment, and not harassment, like, I don't know, I lost the word, but like something that big, and then you put it in another relationship with the one person they're close to on a soul level. I feel like it's so wrong, man. It is so wrong. Because such people need relationships outside of that. They need relationships that are... A Little Life, please. Somebody just hire me to hate on this book. I would make millions. Have I ever read Gangsta? No. I think I've read 2 chapters. I think Lucy recommended it to me years ago. But I remember nothing about it. But I was interested in it. The illustration for what? It's just an illustration for nothing. I'm just pumping out illustrations these days. White and Jazz portrait. Thank you. I'm happiest with whites. White is just like tugging at my heartstrings these days. I would cry if I read that. Thank you for saving me from... You know what bothered me? More than anything, like put the friendships and relationships and all that aside. Put it aside. Even the... Like, one of the things that really bothered me about the book is it is ridiculous. It is comical. How, like, the amount of trauma... The amount of trauma that... that the main character goes through is comical. Like, you feel it the first time, the second time. Like, he's an adult now, so you go back in time to learn about his trauma. So the first trauma is like, man, that's bad. The second trauma, man, that's really bad. Third trauma is like, dude, no wonder he's like... And then fourth, and then fifth, and then sixth, and like, dude, nobody in the whole world has this amount of trauma. So I was really, and the ending is really bad as well. So I was really angry with it, okay? So once I looked at it, like I looked up the author and I tried to find interviews with her, just to see like what's the mindset or like what's the behind the scenes. Why did she decide to go with this story? And when she gave the, because someone asked, like after a few interviews I heard, someone asked her like, didn't you think it's too much? I'm like, finally, I'll get my answer. The redeeming quality. I'm gonna like, I'm not gonna like the book, but I'm gonna feel okay about the book. I wouldn't hate it that much because I don't like to hate on creations. I don't like to hate on stories. So her answer was, and that pissed me off and still pisses me off. She was like, I wanted to write a story about someone who doesn't get better. Someone who can't get out of their trauma or depression. And to me, it was like, fair enough. I'm doing it. I have a character. I'm writing a character that can't get over what's happened to them. But the way, and I hate to be like, I'm an amateur, I'm a beginner, this is my first story. I hate to go and criticize someone who wrote 4 books, but I'm so confident about this point. You don't bring this character that faces trauma. Every trauma is worse than the one before it, to ridiculous levels, and then tell me I'm telling a story about someone who can't move on from their trauma. No. You didn't give them the chance. Like, the other way about it is to write a character who faced one trauma. Let's say Black. Black has one trauma. He faced this trauma, and I'll write the whole book and he will never get better. That's more realistic. Like, not getting over trauma, not getting over your depression is a thing that happens, yes. But I guess one trauma is enough. I don't know, it just pissed me off. Her answer made me angrier at the book, and I was already plenty angry. I can't recommend it because it's on hiatus indefinitely, but the 2 main characters' relationship is so unique. I guess that's why I picked it up, or that's why I was recommended it. And I read the first, like, I remember a cover very well. Sad that it's on a break. The illustration is for nothing in particular. No. I have a lot of ideas. It's been years of ideas collecting ideas for illustrations, and this book specifically has a lot of ideas for illustrations. And thankfully, after years and years of coloring, I'm finally enjoying actually coloring and illustrations. I'm finally happy to think of illustrations. So I'm kind of just drawing one illustration after another. But after I finished it, I felt like, hey, this works as a book cover. We started talking so much, I didn't elaborate, but I love the colors and how the paper flow and frame black and white. Thank you. I was afraid to approach this, honestly. And I saved too many stock photos of paper, piles of paper. And originally it was water. And then I thought, I've used water with black a lot. I want just dry land of paper. This track, I love it. No, that's just make me feel no point in that story. If I catch you somewhere, I will just tell you the end, because the ending makes it even more pointless. I've never been angry at a story like I am angry at A Little Life. It's just bad, and I hate. You can't imagine how much it kills me. Is it 2 a.m.? Oof. I can't imagine how angry I am to hate a creation, a story. Sounds like she took the dramatic effect a bit too far. The shock value flopped, and because ridiculous by the third. Yes. And it's comically, like, one of the characters that he meets, like, oh, they're all evil. They're all evil. And one of them is like comically evil. Like I'm just gonna run you over with a car or something. Something like, it's bad, man, bad. I'm so happy to hear you enjoy coloring. I've always loved your coloring in the clippings. Clippings is easy because I don't think much about it, honestly. I always struggle with coloring, but with clippings, it's just like I have this color palette and I use it, and I use effects. I use like just an overlay of one color for the mood. But with illustrations, I think my problem has always been composition. So I'm kind of putting more thought into it, and I'm also putting my time into it, and also. I am painting in grayscale and then coloring. And this kind of opened my third eye as an artist. Well, look at maybe Black got some hint about the past and went to sleep, and now he is dreaming. Oh, you weren't here when I was explaining it. So initially I was thinking I wanted to draw an illustration about black and white and paper, with black being surrounded by paper crumbles and white being surrounded with neat paper sheets, neatly stacked. And the idea was, who's got it harder, the one with all the memories or the one without? And then I thought, I started drawing it, and once I started drawing it, and it started, because I had this like whole folder of people submerged in water. I wanted to draw black submerged in water with paper crumbles all around him. The original idea was for black to be submerged in water, paper crumbles all around, and white's reflection on the water. And that will tell you, like, who's got it worse, who's got it harder. But once I started drawing this here, it felt like it changed trajectory towards white's conflict, towards black's memories. Because he does want black to have his memories, so he would be remembered. Because I have this transparency here, because he's always forgotten. with every memory reset. But he also not sure if he wants to wake up Black, if he wants Black to regain his memories, because Black without memories is a happier Black. So it's this conflict of him. That's why I wrote this line. It's not the final line, but it's like, should I even woke you up? Should I even wake you up? Or should I even want you to connect to your memories? Yeah, because I also thought about the exchange between Black and White when, like, I imagine just Black knowing that White is even contemplating this question, like contemplating the idea of him being okay with being forgotten, for Black to continue being happy, because there is happiness that comes from you forgetting a lot of things. And I just imagine Black being, so you're just like as stupid as me, even more stupid, putting my well-being over yourself again. Is there a word for the hesitation and contemplation? The uncertainty, the conflict. I don't know. That's what I was saying. I'll have to think about it when I'm in bed tonight, tomorrow. It's gonna be morning, and I'll still be thinking about it. Could that be why White left? I don't know. Even if one of these things is me. Yeah, White, I tell you, White is killing me these days. It's fitting the feels, yes. I can't shut my mind from saying I love White. Make me stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Thank you for loving White. I hope, like, he needs it, but at the same time he doesn't believe it, so I don't know how to fix it. You're looking for a caption that explains what you just said, right? I'm looking for a way to rephrase this question in a poetic and more beautiful way. The should I even wake you up, or should I even want you? Because I imagine also, I use also a lot. I imagine it is like that funny meme I drew. That funny meme, wait. This. Because this is a meme. It's a funny meme, but it holds so much truth. And I can imagine White also thinking about along these lines in this illustration. Because what if Black not having memory, a memory of him intact, is the reason he's always been with him? What if, like, because White isn't his own favorite fan, he's not a fan of himself at all, maybe he questions, like, what if Black remembers everything and remembers everything continuously, and it all connects in a linear manner, would that make him less interested in their friendship with me or something? I don't know. Like along these lines. So it's a big conflict for White, honestly. White having his memories or not. You're looking for like, is it really okay for me to wake you up kind of thing? Yeah, along these lines. I need to find something that is I'll find it. I'll write a line and I'll feel like, yeah, this is it. The caption will be like, who has it harder? I'm not gonna drop that. The one with all the memories or not. And then the line is gonna be written here. Where should I wake you up is. But yeah, I'll have to think about it and write one. White overthinking. I love that emoji so much. The way I relate, I always question whether my friend would still be my friend if she met me today. You know that funny, not funny, it's actually a very sweet meme. I don't think I bookmarked any example, but there is this tweet like, I'll find you in any universe and be friends with you. And I don't believe in universes, but yeah, I do believe in that. Because it's again, a soul level friendship. Or is it nostalgia factor that is keeping the friendship? Friendships are serious business, man. I don't know why there are not enough representation in media. It's the first selfish act we take. It's the first relationship we seek out ourselves after our family, because our family is just like this forced relationship, not forced, but like the relationship you're born into. But friendship is the one thing that like, I chose this friend, this is my friend, even like if it's not a conscious decision, like it's just the person next to you in the desk or something, but it's a choice you make in a way. That's something that happens to Skip and Loafer, I saw. I don't get why you don't want to send. I lost you there. In Skip and Loafer, I've been wanting to check that. Even the manga or the anime, I'm not sure yet. Probably the anime. That's something that happens in Skip and Loafer. Oh, you sent... Okay. Being friends and loving you no matter the age, time. Yeah. I believe friendships need time off, need a break, and then a revisit. It's just that thing that White talks about in the chapters N is reading. When he talked about how friendships go into a dormant state, friends like grow apart and then they come back. And I do believe in this, but it's just like, it's a risk because sometimes one person just comes back. I'm on my iPad and keep hitting send while typing. Oh, I know the struggle. I freak out whenever I join any stream on my phone because I don't know if enter is gonna send or is gonna line break. So I end up not chatting. I've been visiting. I don't watch streams. I don't enjoy streams that much, watching streams. But I've been like jumping between here and there to see. I don't know, to learn things, I guess. This music's so good. It's too late and it's too dark, and that makes one thing difficult. I can't find Jevi. He's too black, he's a shadow. Speaking of music, I was gonna send you the link to Hayashi's Run with the Wind concert, but it shows screen caps, so we gotta wait till... There's a concert for Run with the Wind music? Which one? Jevi is the cutest thing. He's my best companion. Honestly. You mean the one of him photobombing? When I wanted to take reference images, or one of the recent ones of Jevi? Your monthly recap where his face is right in this. Yeah. Yeah, okay. He drove me crazy today. It's funny. Like it feels like I'm setting it up, but it's like no. Every time I move my journal to take a photo, he just checks it. He's my editor. He's such a troublemaker, a cute troublemaker. What else? Do we have other friendships to talk about or books to be angry at? I actually did Done with the Wind only concert and live streamed it so we could watch all. Oh my god. I love him. I follow him on Instagram and Twitter, and I want to be rich enough to commission him a few tracks for Grey Is. He just uses guitars in the way that I love them to be used in tracks. I told you about a book not to read, yes. What about something we should read? Oof, Sakamoto Days. This is the first time someone asks me to recommend something and I just jump at the chance. Sakamoto Days has been driving me crazy. It's a manga, not a book, not like a novel. It's so good, man. Sakamoto Days and Frieren for anime. I thought you would give a book. I'll tell you. A book. What I talk about when I talk about running. It's one of these books that made me want to run as well, since we're talking about Run with the Wind. Haruki Murakami. No, wait. I'll give you a better book. Book. I don't know if you know this about me, but I'm such a bad reader. This music is so good. What is my favorite book so far? I don't think I have. I have one. How many pages for tomorrow? Where's my phone? Just a sec. I'm checking my Audible to see if 9, 6. How many pages tomorrow? I think 3. They're good pages. A good book. Let's see. I was once recommended No Longer Human, and I read it eventually, and I don't like it. I only liked the first notebook because it's divided into 3 notebooks. I only liked the first one. I hated the second and third. I can't believe that I don't have any books to recommend. A Prayer of Owen Meany. No, A Prayer for Owen Meany is a good book. No pressure. No, I'm always like, I always think it's just doesn't make sense that I don't have a book recommendations. All Grace's pages are good, thank you. I hope so. I've been only reading manga. Listen, I'm very bad at reading manga, books, anything. That's why I have audiobooks more than books. But I've been recently, like just 6 months, since 6 months ago, I started reading manga. And yeah, I feel like I'm learning things. And it's funny to say this. After 13 years of working on manga, I decided to read manga. And I'm like, ooh, I should have done this earlier. So yeah, I as well, I'm only reading manga. Until later this year when Run with the Wind novel comes out. Yeah, I will get it, but I don't know when I'll read it. In general, consuming good stories is very stimulating for me. It's like a good rap song with good lyrics. I get lost and I get tired and I get headaches from just listening to all these words jumping at me. I have the same feeling watching Frieren these days, because I think a lot about the themes of the story. So when I read, it's not a very enjoyable activity to me. Do you have Arabic books, maybe? I'm curious. No. Generally, I enjoy autobiographies and like Hayao Miyazaki's starting point. And there's a book of letters and interviews by Elena Ferrante. No, I think, yeah. Wait. Before I say her name. The author of My Brilliant Friend. Yeah, Elena Ferrante, yes. I started a book with interviews and letters from her. I started it like 7 years ago. I still haven't finished it. And I'm reading a book about creativity. I started it 2 years ago. Haven't finished it. By Rick Rubin, a music producer, but he's very into art. The music is so good. No book recommendations. We're back to Sakamoto days. I'm not gonna ask you to give me book recommendations because... So if you have manga recommendations or anime recommendation, I can add them to my to watch. Other than that... Dude, it's 2:30 a.m. Pandora Hearts. Pandora Hearts, the problem with Pandora Hearts is the same problem with The Grey Man. The setting is just not attractive at this point for me. You will keep recommending it. I've been recommending it before, but I don't want to make any promises I'm not gonna keep. Sleep or not sleep, that's the question. Listen, I started the stream knowing that I'm gonna regret it tomorrow. But I did it anyway. I've been just... Ooh, tomorrow we have a stream. Dude. Okay, tomorrow you come and what happened today didn't happen. Okay? Everything we talked about didn't happen. The music is fitting. I don't know how I'll sleep. I'm too wide awake. This has been really fun. I really enjoyed this stream out of nowhere. I just wanted to finish this illustration before going to bed. I really needed to finish it because I have another illustration with forget-me-nots, forget-me-not flowers that I want to finish, and then I have fan arts that I wish to finish, but I don't know. I need to finish a lot of illustrations to go back to chapter 74 and commit to it. Looking at this illustration got me wondering if Black would start showing his arm more or still wear long sleeves because of the stars. Stars? Did I read that as scars, I mean. Yeah, he's wearing short sleeves. He's with black. He's with black. He's with white. He's okay with white, but I wonder. Black is very simple and easy to read, but he's also very complex in certain things. I wrote a thing the other day between white and noir. And one of the lines is really something. Do you like noir, Özlem? I know N's feelings. How about the rest? Who likes noir? Who hates noir? Who is neutral about noir? Neutral, okay. My display went to sleep. Nothing in particular, okay. I'm the one who said I was surprised I don't hate him. Yes, Anarika, yes, I remember that. Now that you mention it. I think I'm neutral, but slightly towards disliking him. Okay. I feel I need to know more about him first before judging. Okay. So I was writing one of White's cool lines is like when it's about because he says something to Noir and Noir is like, I doubt that, about Black, and Noir is like, I doubt that, and White is, when it's about Black's feelings, don't doubt me. And I felt like, that's a character development, that line, for White to be so. He reminds me of Endeavor from My Hero Academia. I know nothing about My Hero Academia, but I heard that the composer of all this great music did some music for the movie of My Hero Academia. So I'm gonna check that. Trying to make amends with his family. Yeah, at least Noir, yeah, he's trying. When I feel anything towards Yildar, I remember White saying how he shouldn't. You're a White's good girl. No, but the funny line from Noir, because he continues to say eventually, because I'm giving you exclusive news here. Noir is very fond of White, okay? So I'm not gonna spoil the whole scene, but eventually he says, because I decided that I'm gonna doodle this and share it eventually. So he says, I would offer my daughter for marriage if Black. No, wait. I'd offer. If Black was a woman, I would offer him for marriage. He's saying that to White, and White is like, I'd refuse. And Noir is like, well, I'd ask your hand for marriage if you are a woman. And he's like, I'd refuse even more. White. So here's your cute interaction of the day. Not drawn, just narrated. I'm excited for how you said Noir is the questions man. I'm ready for answer. Yes. Right now, Black is the questions guy, but eventually it's gonna be Noir. But seriously, it's like that clipping. Who would wanna marry Black? I mean, plenty of people. But being White and knowing everything about Black, why would you want to marry him? He's a handful. Today I saved. Where is it? Let me send it and I'll show you. This puts me too much into the mood of Run with the Wind. So forget the second line. The first line has some good description of friendship. A close friendship. A buddy who is more than a brother and a little less than a wife. That made me chuckle. Just imagining White straight face replying, yes, exactly. Noir is the question man that I think to... Yeah, I mean, he started with Jad. First thing, he went to Jad and slammed him with questions. Let's close the JJK. What else? Do we have anything else? This track is called Haiji to Fujioka. It's unhealthy for me to watch series with bonds and boys bonding and also work on that. It's too much. I have one heart. Ay, 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 ay. Chapter 54. Yeah, it's a big one, man. 54 is the first time we see White actually breaking down. Like, he broke down during chapter 50. But 54 is like he's all out. Anyway, I won't keep you any longer. I wanted to stream for an hour and it's now 2.5 hours and I can't thank you enough. This has been real fun. Noir was there with Jad, yeah, but it's not his time. Yeah, but Noir did something nice in that chapter for White. You can't hate Noir. He's so nice to White. He gave him all the information, and he gave him the information not to do anything just because he knows White wants to know. I don't defend Noir because I have anything in mind. It's just, I like when somebody says, it's like all these chats with June on the Discord about White. I just love to play devil's advocate whenever someone attacks something, or not attacks, like has feelings. And I'm like, but did you see it from that side? Because it's grey, it's all grey. Yeah, this was very enjoyable. Thanks a lot. It'd be nice to have more offense streams, but you said Ramadan. Yeah, Ramadan is not a stream. It's a know nothing month. I do nothing. But I'll come back strong, hopefully. Recharged. Yeah, I was wondering if you would be able to join, because the time zone is good for you. The time-wise, the stream is good for you. So I was wondering if you were available. Happy to see you here. You still hate him, man. Yeah. So, see you tomorrow with the update and then the stream, hopefully. If I, for some reason, say I can't stream, you 5, you 6 will know why. I would be socially drained. I wouldn't be able to do any more streams. But hopefully, I won't be drained. I'm glad you saw it too. Have a great rest of your day. Hopefully see you tomorrow.